Hi guys, this is Tara with Gaia Tarot 13, and this is your weekly angel card forecast for March 13th, 2016 through March 19th, 2016. And I just have to say that the angel energy in this room is just crazy right now. First, I almost always record my angel videos second, but this week I was drawn to do my angel card reading first, and then on top of that, I was shuffling the Healing with the Angel Oracle card deck, looking at my Archangel Michael deck, wondering if I wanted to do the Archangel Michael cards this week, and kind of debating that in my head. I wasn't real sure. I wasn't really sure if I was feeling drawn to them or not. And then out of the Healing with the Angel card deck, like sticking straight out, was the Archangel Michael card. So I very clearly need to be doing this reading this week with the Archangel Michael Oracle card deck. And as soon as I pick them up, they're kind of going crazy and just like sticking up all over the place at me. So we're pulling 3 cards this week, one for your work and financial life, one for your romantic life, and one for your home and family life. And I'm kind of buzzing through telling you that because it is time to get started. And a bonus card, apparently, that will just say it's an overview because that one wanted to come out too. So, in your work and financial life, we have detach from the situation. And the prayer on the bottom says, Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. So you might have some stuff going on at work this week that you are maybe getting dragged into that you don't want to be dragged into. I don't see it involving you specifically, like a conflict between you and a coworker or you and a boss. I don't see it as something like that. It's really more like 2 of your coworkers are maybe having an issue and someone's trying to pull you in like as their ally. So it's like you're being dragged into it. So the card this week is saying detach. Just assert yourself and be like, no, that's on you guys. I'm not getting in the middle of this. I'm not taking sides. I'm out. So detach from the situation at work. Whatever's going on, it shouldn't involve you. Make sure that you don't get into it. In your love and romantic life, we have romance angels are helping you. Look at that. The prayer on the bottom says, Dear guardian angels of my soulmate, thank you for preparing my soulmate and me for love, for giving us the motivation to make healthful life changes, and for arranging for us to meet. Thank you for helping us recognize each other and have the courage to say hello so that we can eventually delve into a truly intimate relationship. So, if you are looking for love, this is the week. Spot on this week. You have got the help of the angels trying to prepare you and push you towards your soulmate. Now, if you're in an established relationship, this is beautiful things happening within your relationship. This is not someone being pulled out of the relationship towards someone else. Although, if you are with someone and your relationship is rocky and one of you is looking outside and looking for someone else, then that's totally different than what this is saying if you are in a established relationship where both parties are happy, nothing's going on, nothing like that's kind of going on. So there's a lot of meaning in this card based on what your particular situation is. So however you individually are experiencing this card, know that you have the help of the universe and the angels behind you. So what your actions are this week should come from a place of love because you have the romance angels helping you. Try to be cognizant of not making poor decisions on that. Don't go stepping out of an established relationship just on a whim. You know, that's not like, oh, the romance angels are helping me, so they're pushing me and telling me to have a relationship with this, you know, be the mistress to this other person. Like, that's not how this is manifesting. The angels aren't going to tell you to do that. So don't try to use this as an excuse for poor behavior. Making good decisions, you have the romance angels helping you. In your home and family life, decide to be happy now. Here's the card. And the prayer on the bottom says, "Thank you for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I am now willing to see all of the goodness in my life." I know a lot of times people think that especially if you're in a bad spot, you can't just I can't just be happy. Like, I can't just decide I'm gonna be happy and then just be happy and all this goes away. Yeah, you can. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. If you are in a bad place, if you're unhappy, and I'm not talking about like mental disorders, I'm not talking about like depression and things like that. I'm talking about if you're unhappy with your life, if you're unhappy with where you are in life, you can just decide to be happy and then change it. That's it. That's what you do. You say, I'm not liking this job. I've been unhappy here for a long time, and you leave. And I acknowledge the realities of that. Like, you can't just up and quit your job without something else. Most people can't do that. I understand. But you look for another job. You don't just sit there and complain about it. If you don't like the actual house that you live in, you don't like where you live, look for another one. Put your house, if you own, on the market. If you rent, look for another apartment or condo or whatever your situation is. If you don't like the location, you know, you want to live on the beach or in the mountains or wherever a certain state, you know, wherever you want to be. It literally is a matter of deciding to be happy, making that conscious choice, and then taking the action steps from that place to change your life. I mean, you can't just it is an accurate assessment to say you can't just be in a bad place and be like, I'm going to decide to be happy and then everything's just going to be better and I'm just going to be happy. No, that's not what it is. You're not going to be happy with the status quo because the status quo is the reason you're not happy. So it's an accurate assessment to say that you can't just decide to be happy and just be happy. No, you need to decide to be happy and then take the steps to affect the change that will make you happy. So keep that in mind this week. And that is your home and family life. So that is like an overarching theme. That's your home life. That's things that deal with your day-to-day. That's not just your job. This is going to include weekends, if you don't work on weekends. This is going to include your romantic relationship. This is going to include your entire kind of home life, like your entire being. So keep that in mind as a theme this week to decide to be happy. With that being said, we did have a fourth card jump out at us. So the theme card. This is your life's purpose. I'm going to tie that right back into the being happy. It is not your life's purpose to be in an unhappy situation, however that is. Your life's purpose is to grow and flourish and to be put here on this planet to do whatever your specific soul contract is supposed to do, whatever you're supposed to contribute or whatever you're supposed to learn. That's why you're here. So don't get bogged down in the day-to-day things that occupy our brain, and don't forget your divinity, and don't forget why you're here. You know why you're here. Even if you don't consciously know, your soul knows. You know inside why you're here. And we get unhappy, miserable, all sorts of emotional, out of balance stuff when we are not on that path of what our life purpose is. Having said all that, let me read the prayer on the bottom. Archangel Michael, you know the details of my divine life purpose, and I ask you to help me be aligned with my goals. Please clearly guide my actions so that I'm taking the best steps to fully manifest my wonderful and meaningful career. So there you go. I mean, it's talking about career in this, which is kind of what we're talking about. Being happy, changing your life. We're talking about divine life purpose. Align with your goals. I'm going to recommend to do some Archangel Michael meditations this week. If you don't meditate, that's okay. You should really start. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's a good thing, and it helps you, and it's very calming. And a lot of us have those racing thoughts and cyclical thoughts, and we'll get caught up in our own head. How many times are you laying there at night, like, waiting to go to sleep, and you can't because you can't stop your brain, right? Meditation will help with all that. So if you don't already have a meditation practice, seriously think about starting one. If you do, or even if you don't and you're starting, Michael's a good one to do this week. As I said when we first started the video, there was a couple indicators on why we need to use the Michael deck this week. And Michael's coming up here in your life purpose, telling you, figure out your life purpose. Figure out your life purpose, the path you're supposed to be on, and then go for it. So this is a beautiful message this week. Beautiful message this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my YouTube page. If you want to get a personal reading with me, the only way to do so is through my website, which is GaiaTarot13.com. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr, where I pull a daily angel card every day, reading the energy of that specific day. So follow me on those places and you get a little glimpse in how those play and interrelate, how they play with these cards. It's not trumping them, it's just additional information for the weeklies. So check those out. It's going to be a beautiful week, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.